and dad and grandma and grandpa's old colander that looks like this.
That's right.
That is huge. Looks like a space hat. It does, right? That is huge, taking up all that space. From this to that. Look at that. Amazing. Collapsible, 3.5 quarts. It's a corner colander on top of it. So now we are saving space, not just in our cabinets, but in our sink as well. $12.99 is your price. Is normally $21. Customer top rated. These are our final quantities, and there's no reorder. Down to 2 colors. You're looking at the blue right here. Oh.
Well, that's the sink. The sink's got a mind of its own.
And then here we have the red.
The red.
So those are your 2 color options. It's K92105, and again, customer top rated. Chef Richard Roman.
You know what?
I gotta.
You know, this is one of those things that I just absolutely love for the kitchen, because we all accept the traditional colander.
Yeah.
You got to hold it with 2 hands. It's bulky. There's no way to store this conveniently. And then, by the way, once you strain, it's sitting in the bottom of the sink. This corner colander was designed to sit and use the corner space of your sink, right?
Okay.
So it stays away from the rest of the sink, but it also lifts it up off the bottom. Now, this is what I love about it. It's got the capacity to hold 5 pounds. That's a 5-pound bag of potatoes.
Yeah.
So 3.5 quarts capacity, plenty of capacity, but let's just say you're straining your pasta. What I love about it is, instead of having to worry about the pasta sitting on the bottom of the sink and all that water coming up, imagine using the corner of my sink and allowing all that water to drain, and this sits off the bottom of the sink conveniently on the corner. You still have the rest of your sink to use if you have dishes or things in there, and now it can safely strain there. But here's the best part.
Tell me.
It's a triangular shape, right? I'm going to move this over here for a second. Triangular shape. It's got a little lip here so that I can get my hand under it. Because of the triangle shape, I want to pour the pasta. It's naturally its own pour spout, so you can conveniently pour. And look at how much pasta. I just did a pound and a half of pasta.
One hand.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a lot of pasta. So when you think about capacity, and then when it's time to clean it, top shelf in the dishwasher, it compacts down to less than 2 inches. So this could fit into a drawer. Unlike this, you need a large cabinet. So if you're somebody that's struggling with space, and because it's food grade silicone, it doesn't stain, it's odor resistant, it's not going to rust or chip or bend.
Right.
It is just a smart design.
I love how you have the drainage holes all the way
That's
around
right.
each sort of tier, if you will.
Yeah, and they even have little feet here. So if you did have to put it in the bottom of the sink, which I wouldn't, but it has little feet to still keep it elevated in the sink. Just a smart design, really makes it easy in the kitchen.
Take us through some other ways to use this, because I'm right out the gate, I'm looking at those scrimpies.
So here's another thing. How many times did you have to thaw out shrimp, chicken, whatever it is, raw proteins? Okay, I put my frozen protein, whether it's a shrimp, and I give it a rinse. Well, guess what? I don't know about you. That raw juice, I don't want it anywhere near anywhere else on my counter.
No.
But now, again, I'm using the sink. It elevates it off the bottom of the sink. All that defrosting and all that juice goes down the drain where you want it. And then when it's time, you can simply take it and bring it with you, put it in the refrigerator. And the other thing I love using it for, too, is, hey, maybe you have your sponge, your scrubbing things. Because you can compact it down nice and thin to that less than 2 inches, now I can, off to the side, keep my sponges so all that dirty, soapy water just keeps draining into the sink where you want it, but you still have access to the rest of your sink.
Just the 2 colors. That's all that remains. I think we started with like 5 or 6 colors, but it's customer top rated.
100%,
This thing is always extremely popular. If you want the red, we have about 600 remaining, and then it's gone. It's not coming back. Now, if you want the blue, about 700 remaining. So not a lot to go around, not when we're talking QVC terms. $4.33 on an easy pay, and we have reduced shipping and handling on it, I see.
And here's the great part. Now, I'm going to point out on the bottom here. This is what the design. So whether you have an undermount or overmount sink, on the underside, there's silicone, right? So that gives you that nice grip. And when you expand it, you have 3.5 quarts capacity. So you put it on the corner of the sink. It grips the side of the sink like this. So now if I want to maybe strain some corn, okay? Once again, it's got the ability to hold 5 pounds of food, so you don't have to worry about the silicone giving out. It's got that durability, and then it's not sitting at the bottom of the sink.
It's not tipping.
Not tipping. It's not sitting in that dirty bottom sink, which I'm just an absolute germaphobe when it comes to the sink. And then when it's time, it's got the little lip here so I can pick it up. It's got 2 handles here, so whether you're righty or lefty. And then you can dump this food. Once again, I love the corner design. So it kind of gives you that control to pour, as opposed to a rounded edge where things go flying everywhere. It kind of focuses the food. So it's that little feature also I love.
Does it matter if you have an overmount or an undermount sink?
Doesn't matter if it's overmount or undermount, as long as you have a corner, a square sink. Now, there are a few sinks out there, maybe you have a weird rounded edge that might be a bit of a problem, but as long as it's a square sink, whether it's undermount or overmount, and you can use it fully expanded, partially expanded like this, I want to show you right here. Maybe you're not doing as much, so I only expanded it just a little bit.
Right.
So now I can rinse my vegetables, my fruits. It's just a really, really smart design.
Also, when I make soups and things like that, sometimes I reserve some of the stock that I made to put back in. So because it's lifted off of the bottom of the sink, I could put some sort of vessel underneath to catch it while I'm straining the chicken and the juices and everything else.
You definitely could do that as well. And you know, it's for me, the big part of it is being able to save all that space. So 3.5 quarts of straining, but then when it's time to put this away, this is less than 2 inches, right? So this could literally go in a drawer, as opposed to this, which, guess what? You need a larger cabinet and area. I mean, look at how much little space this takes up, but yet this has the same capacity. And because it's silicone, my favorite material in the kitchen, heat resistant, stain resistant, odor resistant, dishwasher safe.
And holds up to 5 pounds, correct? We did the 5 pounds of potatoes.
5 pounds of food.
Oh, it's just so much smarter. It really is. Even if you haven't downsized, maybe you're still living in a big old mansion, and congrats if you are. But if you have this colander that we've grown up with from, like, what, the 50s?
Exactly.
60s?
Exactly.
If this is what you're still working with, let's get a little smarter about it. Tell me who Chefologist is.
So Chefologist, 2 chefs, my partner and I, we owned a restaurant, a catering business. We wanted to create things in the kitchen that were more convenient and practical, but also things like that have multifunction and are also space saving. So that's, if you look at all of our products, we've tried to take things that people have had in their kitchen, but make them easier to use and more efficient.
I love your products. They're so good. All right, draining the veg. I'm going to take everybody through your colors one more time. It's been very popular. It always is. If you want the red, now fewer than 500 remain, and the blue, fewer than 600, and it comes home for $433 on an easy pay. That is a clearance price, which means it's our final quantities. We're making room for new, so we're giving you a fabulous price, but it's not coming back. It's K92105. You're only with me once today?
No, just one.
Oh, all right, thanks.
Well, I hope you had a great holiday. Happy holidays.
Thank you, you too.